No funding, but faith. Faith keeps me going. Faith is believing in your mind that the vision is going to happen. So my vision is for my social enterprise, which is called Hey Big Spender, and it is enabling people to recognise and get to grips with sabotage spending. People are sabotaging their money to feel better, to reach out and fulfill their needs within consumerism and the material world. And I see a need for people to rein their spending in and to get some balance and their lives back on track. Conventional methods of help, if you think of debt as the iceberg, and the tip of the iceberg is the money problem, but beneath the surface of a person's life are the underlying issues that trigger that debt to build, because it doesn't just appear out of nowhere. So I've spent the last 5 years piloting my program that complements the conventional approach by delving beneath the surface, recognising the person's problems, whether that is lack of education around money, especially common sense day-to-day education, whether that is trauma that a person is spending as a way to distract themselves from the mental health issues of what they're suffering, whether that is generational limiting beliefs. There's all sorts of reasons beneath the surface of a person's life that triggers spending and money issues to spiral out of control. So I'm very much there to help the person. And what has kept me going over the past 5 years is the people. I've received one small pot of funding, which I'm very grateful for, from Unlimited. Plus I was awarded a place at Social Entrepreneur School in 2009 as my passion was recognised and the spark was ignited, and I was awarded a place at the school. The School for Social Entrepreneurs was set up by Lord Michael Young, who also set up the Which magazine and Open University, to name but a few. And this amazing guy saw a need for people like me who either experienced or recognised problems within their own lives, their families, communities, or the wider society, and was graded enough to do something about it. And addressing the sabotage spending issues and addictive tendencies to spending was what really fired me, because I was the person who overcome this adversity, turning to spending as a way to distract myself from trauma. What's kept me going the last 5 years with minimal funding is the difference it's making on the ground. I've had many great people literally turn their lives around. I got invited into the Financial Inclusion Forum back in 2009, and this is what the government set up to deal with financial exclusion. And from there, my spark was recognised by the very first housing association that allowed my work to pilot, which was Affinity Sutton. And within a year of the programme, the Financial Inclusion Officer, Lee Yeats, said he's never seen results like I was getting. Then I had a year's contract with them, which after he said he wished he'd made it a 2-year contract because the funding cuts got sliced, and my programme, no matter how much it was making a difference to people on the ground, was unable to run. And just a few examples, one young lady came through my programme. She was at the tail end of a very abusive relationship, and she was just coming through it, moved to a different house, but she was so scared to go to town to do her shopping that she would spend her time going in the corner shop to get her groceries, and most weekends she would sit in the dark because she didn't have enough money to put in her electricity meter. So seeing that the light go on through the course, that at what this was actually costing her through my red dot system, and through getting her past the lack of confidence barriers to build her life back up again. Week 2 she compounded into the course like Tigger because she had £100 left for the very first time. I've had lots of examples like that. Another lady had 2 daughters who were disabled, and she would spend as a way to relieve the pressure, but she was getting in debt over it. So I didn't want to take that away from her, but we found a way for her to save in what she called her pressure pot. So when she needed to de-stress, she could go out and keep her spending safe, which kept her in the boundaries and prevented her getting in any more debt. So this project and these people are what have fired me to keep on going, and I'm here now in year 5. And I've taken responsibility, taken the reins, because for a while I was caught up in the corporate machine, as in pinning my hopes on housing associations, projects getting going. I've worked for 3 key players now, Astor Communities, First Wessex and Affinity Sutton, and each one's had funding cuts, financial inclusion officers being laid off, and my work folding down. So on no funding, very little resources sometimes, I've actually moved house to rent out a room, so there's enough. I'm just about covered my expenses, and my husband is very happy to go out to work and bring in some money and really stand by my side, because I so much believe in this purpose and cause. How can you contribute? How can you, at this moment in time where debt and poverty is rife, but there's someone like me who is unique, I have ridden the storm, I know what people need, and they are simple day-to-day strategies to snap them out of that sabotage spending behaviour that's leaving them unhappy and broke. How can you support me? Could I come and do a talk in your organisation? Can I raise awareness to the problems? Could you fund this work in any way? Could you put some crowdfunding my way? I'm scaling this up now and rolling this out. I'm just creating a virtual program and looking at bringing in multiple streams of income around this work. But the more you can help me on this journey of getting this work out there, the absolute merrier, and the more people it will reach. So thank you for listening, and here I am, fired up, passionate, and I have tremendous faith in what I'm doing. And remembering that faith is believing what I can't yet touch, but I can so clearly see. And evidently, this has made a huge difference to many people's lives on the ground. And it all is symbolic around a simple red dot that isn't complicated. And it's the everyday person can put it into action. People with mental health issues don't get the sometimes complex systems, but they can get day by day simple and steadfast habits and have more money and happiness and get their confidence and control and self-esteem back, both around money and life. Thank you for listening. Please get in touch if you can contribute, if you have any leads, if you have any donations, and help this social enterprise to impact more and more people, so the red dot becomes contagious and enables people to have more money and happiness and make a difference and be an example to their children and future generations. Thank you for listening.